Time for Santa's Secret Valley, which I registered last year and completely forgot about. Turns out they have a website that lets you generate registrations for this game, but, it's just a nice touch. Anyway, Santa's Secret Valley, a holiday adventure. By some people. Yeah, created by Nick and Sullivan and Chris Zammers, illustrations by Bridget. And enjoy playing this. Click story. I have 0 ducats. I can save my game or get a hint. Can I get a hint now? Use the hint button when you really need it. That's a good hint. Alright, let's look at the story. Santa's Secret Valley. Being an elf in Santa's workshop is a pretty good job. Making toys is hard work, but it's always fun when the time comes to test them to make sure they're safe and work properly. Naturally, Santa and Mrs. Claus make sure there are plenty of picnics and parties and reindeer rides throughout the year too. All the same, you've been a toy maker elf for 100 years now, or maybe even more, and sometimes you get rather bored. Not unhappy, not miserable, certainly not rebellious, but perhaps a little bit. Discontented. Perhaps Santa noticed this, and that's why he decided you needed a change. One day, not too long before Christmas, he asked you to join him in the kitchen for a cup of hot chocolate and a chat.
Fizbin, he says, I've got a very important job for you this Christmas. It's a job I would only trust to a dependable elf like you who's been with me a long time. Fizbin, wake up!
It's true, you've always been a sleepy elf, and now you've nodded off right in the middle of a conversation with Santa. You sit upright, straight to show you're listening, trying not to yawn, and Santa goes on.
As you know, without my magic sack and my magic boots and my magic bell, delivering the toys on Christmas Eve would be impossible.
It's magic bell? You nod your head to show you understand. Every elf knows how important Santa's magic items are.
Just to make sure my things are safe, Santa continues, this year I've decided to appoint someone to watch over them. Fizbin, that someone is you.
What do I have to do, Santa? You ask, not very enthusiastically. This job sounds like it would be much more boring than making toys. After all, how could anything happen to Santa's magic items here at the North Pole? Most burglars find it too cold to come here. And anyway, Santa's house is extremely difficult to find. Even explorers generally miss it. What's up, Olga?
It's simple, Fizbin, Santa tells you. The sack and the boots and the bell are all in my living room as usual. I want you to go there and watch over them until Christmas Eve. Then I'll send in one of the other elves from time to time to help with your supper. Just make sure that whatever else happens, you don't fall asleep. If the magic items are stolen, Christmas will be surely ruined.
All right, Santa, you say, sighing to yourself. I'll go there now. You put away your tools, grab a piece of cherry pie from the refrigerator in the workshop, and head down the hall to begin your special assignment. Let's begin the game. Magic balls and magic... I knew this was coming. Alright, this is Santa's living room at the North Pole. It's a cheery place, as you might expect. The merry fire keeps out the North Polar chill. And that armchair looks extremely comfortable. Those are Santa's magic boots. That's Santa's magic sack. That's Santa's magic bell. Bell, not sack. It's a very comfortable looking chair, and you're so tired. A portrait of Santa and Mrs. Claus has hung over the fireplace for as long as you can remember. Lately, it is true, Santa's been looking for an excuse to have a new one done. Huh. Okay, so there's only one point and one click action. The only thing I can do is use the chair. Ah, how extremely relaxing. You appear to have fallen asleep. That is loud. I hope that's not annoying on stream. Yeah. Oh no! While you were wrapped in slumber, the room has been rifled. All of Santa's magic items are gone. Christmas will be ruined! Oh, I should save my game. Save. Alright, I don't get to name them. That's disappointing. And the music went away. Secret Valley rules! Okay. It's like O'Doyle's rule or something. Alright, let's go out the window. And did the music just go away entirely? I'm gonna reopen the game. Hopefully it'll get me the music back, because I guess I messed up somewhere. Maybe there's no music and this wasn't a good use of my time. When you're playing like a Win 16 game like this, sometimes things break. Like Win 16 is a bit fragile at the best of times, and this is close to the best of times, since we're playing it on a Windows 98 computer. Alright, guess there's just no music. You've stepped out of the living room window. Those footprints lead south. To the left, a trackless waste stretches out to the south. To the left? To the right, another trackless waste invites you to the south. So I guess the option is we can either go south or different south. The wind has come up. The snow is blowing all around you. It's hard to tell where you are going or even where you have been. That eerie sound seems to be coming, a wailing sound seems to be coming from behind those trees. The snowy waste seems to go on forever. I guess let's go into the light. The shadowy patch ahead seems to be drawing you on. The shadowy patch seems to draw you forward, as though some strange kind of magnetism, or is it just the bitter wind at your back? Unable to resist, you approach the weirdly inviting gloom. In retrospect, yes, all directions are south from the North Pole. That is true. It's mostly south until it isn't. Aye! Suddenly the thin crest of snow gave way. You are rolling down a steep, snowy slope into darkness. A supreme effort might just bring you back to that rocky ledge to the left. Otherwise, who knows where you'll end up. This is the bottom of the pit. Maybe I should have gone to the left. Ooh, a Ducat. This is the very bottom of the crevasse in which you have plunged. There's a small, roughly made door set in the rock wall. And though you would hardly think it needed at this remote location, a curiously fashioned lock. The door is locked. Alright. Okay, so this is a Christmas tree? Oh, that's not right. Christmas tree. Oh, I guess I didn't need the initial O. Close enough. Musical lock, that was kind of cute. Well, I have an inventory. I have turned on my lamp. I got lamp and I used it. Storage room is small and practically bare. It doesn't take too long to check that Santa's magic things are not hidden here. I suppose so. Oh, that's the pit. A very loud pit. Two doors leading to this room are quite different. Oddly enough, it is the smaller, rougher door that is protected by the elaborate locking mechanism. It appears to be an elevator lobby. Okay, is that where I came through? The door is locked. What? Oh, the different songs. That makes sense. Happy New Year. That's the end. Probably would have helped if I pushed the first button first. A Merry Christmas. Wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Going a little too quick there. Apparently, I had cheap viewers available to me and I didn't even go. Oh, that just took me backwards. There was no point in doing that. Alright, well, it's an elevator lobby, complete with an ordinary, somewhat antiquated elevator. Travel by train. Okay. You were in an elevator. The railway advertisement must have been placed there in error. There are certainly no railways this close to the North Pole. This might have come out before the Polar Express, thinking about it. Alright, let's see. Ground floor, maybe? I don't know what floor I was on. Oh, God. Alright, well, let's... Appears to be an elevator lobby. As you probably know, the large machine is an ordinary transdimensional interlocator, or TDIL. We trust you know how to operate it because there doesn't appear to be a manual anywhere. Yeah, of course. You flip the switch, which means you then move this to 1. And then you turn this to 2. I don't know what I'm doing. I get the feeling I'm muddling my way through a puzzle I probably shouldn't be trying to solve at this point in time. Let's go to a different floor. Let's try 3. Alright, elevator lobby. Ooh, a Ducat. And a key. The faint phosphorescent sheen on the nearby walls of this gloomy cavern serve only to emphasize the impenetrable blackness of its further recesses. Ooh, recess. Oh, wait, oh, no, it's a maze, and I've already messed up. No, I want to... Okay, so that's why I came in. That's how I get back out via the... Huh, welcome, Matt. Okay, so we'll go this way, and then this way, in a labyrinth of ancient tunnels, rough-hewn by ancient hands, and now seemingly long forgotten. But, I think what I've successfully done is... Oh, wait, no. What? This appears to be a free pass on the Secret Valley Railroad line. Oh. This is a key. Yeah, you have to have mazes. It's just how you play these games. What's irritating is I think that the thing is rotating, so I actually don't know where I'm going. Thankfully, the maze appears to be relatively small. Alright, well, let's follow the left-hand rule. See where it takes us. This is a dead end. Which... Yeah, this is messing with me. I think... Maybe this is a loop? No, I'm back where I started. Oh god, I hate mazes in games. Okay, I think I understand. Okay, now just that literally just turns you around. So things look like they were from the other perspective. Ugh. And there's no maze music. Alright, well, I have a key. I have a lantern. Wait, could I? Oh, hey, look at that. It does something. That's cute. I know one of those words for eyes. I'm pretty sure that means I don't want to be involved in that. This is a key. Whoa, hello. How? Oh. I didn't notice the turn back. You are standing on a narrow ledge outside a gloomy cave entrance. To your right, a narrow staircase has been cut into the cliff face and leads downward out of sight. Alright, well that's somewhere different to go. You are at the bottom of the stairway cut into the cliff face. The narrow tunnel ahead of you leads into the blackness. No. No! I'm happier out here. I don't even know how... I mean, maybe this is a different set of friggin' caves? I guess it is. Alright, we'll take our path. A crafty, concealed chamber must once have been used by a gang of smugglers. But there are few traces of their activities now. Just some bits of junk and a few rotting old sacks. Should translate it. This is gonna be something gross because I know one of those words. Pretty sure. Oh, thanks for streaming today. I thought I was looking at Stromer and thinking of the fish. The fish that's fermented, not that. Oh, you're welcome. I was planning to do one stream before I left for Christmassy things, and this is Christmas things. Gotta play some Christmas things. Aha! We found Santa's sack. His magic sack. You could see where I might get confused there. Maybe. Kind of hoping I might wait, hold up. Is there something... Wait, no, I turned around. I don't like mazes. Turn around. Okay, there was nothing on the floor. Alright. So, I think I've successfully done the thing I needed to do here. There was connect! Cool. I'm glad there's a way not to have to do the maze, apparently. It's confusing. Whoops. Let's see. Wait, what floor am I? I want 3. Can't turn around. 1 is fine too, I guess. Alright, well. Flip the switch. Slide that to 1. Put this on 5. Put that on 2. I have no idea. Oh. I love how it makes that noise. That was 2. I just get the feeling I'm not supposed to, like, brute force this. Like, the search space is small enough. Except for this one that goes to 5, and the other ones, I guess they all go to 5. 6! What? Okay. The bag move. Apparently we needed that, and it broke the thing. I swear the bag moved. It must have been a hint. Can I not be in this room? Anything else I can notice? No. Don't feel like this is what I should be doing. Yeah, we'll go down to the 2nd floor. I'm already missing the musical locks. Okay, now that goes the elevator. This is the door I went through to get here. Is there any way to turn around here? Any way to look up? Nope. Alright, so guess the ledge that it mentioned was probably the ledge above where I already was. So the only surface area I have is wandering in the maze or this. See what the hint button says. Trying to find Santa's magic sack and keep trying to find these things. Christmas Eve is approaching. Oh, whoops, no. I wanted floor 1. It's no hint gargoyle. Let's see what it says about this. First special hint out of 3. Keep an eye out for the flashing red light. It will tell you which control to use next. Okay, so this is really a trial and error machine. Alright. Is the game timed? Not that I know of. But it could be. I'm trying to think of any, like, Christmassy thing that could help me reduce the search space. Like, what would Santa's favorite number be? I know James Acaster's answer. It's 12s. Or no, it was Phil Wang's answer. Because it has elves in it. 666, bizarrely enough, isn't an option. This one only goes up to 5. This one goes up to 6. You know, I stopped for a minute, and I wasn't realizing that maybe, oh, just maybe, this is actually related. Yeah. Hey, look at this clue in front of you. All right, now what is this? How can I interact with it? Okay. That was not the right thing to do. 5, 2. And then do this. Alright, we're gonna translocate.
Welcome to the Secret Valley.
This room is the Secret Valley Transdimensional Interlocation Station. Oh boy, we're at a train station now. You are in the North Terminus Railway Station, nestled in the northern reaches of the Secret Valley. The train to Main Street leaves from Platform 1, while the one from Platform 2 goes to the Forest of Arden. And if one of them leaves at 60 miles an hour and the other one leaves at 45 miles an hour... Alright, well, I have a ticket for... Oh, I have a ticket for both of them, I guess. Look at that train. This is Platform 1 at the North Terminus Railway Station. Leaving will take you to Main Street. I guess we should have gotten on the train if we wanted to get on the train. Mistakes were made, I guess. Trains are probably pretty frequent. Let's try this one again. I like the conductor. I can barely make him out, but I like him. I think it's probably someone's real face. A pleasant train journey through the rolling countryside, clickety-clack, clickety-clack. On the other hand, clickety-clack can be used to hasten the journey considerably if you're so minded. Oh, clickety-click. So basically, we were just watching, like, some stock stuff. This Hidden Valley looks pretty nice, considering it's supposed to be near the North Pole. Got a lot of greenery compared to what I was expecting. Alright, so we're at Main Street now. You're at Main Street Railway in the heart of the Secret Valley. North Terminus goes to Fairtown. Ooh, snacks. Click the button below to purchase a bag of crunchy potato chips. If money, you could buy a snack. Do I want to? I don't think I do, because I don't actually know what I'm doing. Let's save a game, just to be sure, and then we'll go out to Main Street. This is the picturesque Main Street of Secret Valley. There are shops and services aplenty, but don't be distracted from your mission. Christmas Eve is fast approaching. You can go to the stage door, the curio shop, the post office, whatever this is, or the hansom cab? It's a hansom cab. See scenic Reindeer Mountain, fare 30 ducats. I don't have any ducats. Okay. The Secret Valley is fortunate in being served by a horse-drawn hansom cab, as well as the excellent trains. If the cabbie isn't here, he's probably taking another fare up the long, steep road to Reindeer Mountain. Alright, well, we won't do that. Let's check out the library. Books, books, books. Just what you need if there's a gap in your knowledge. Alright. Read this book. Christmas in Song and Story by Roderick the Elf. Christmas music has been around for hundreds of years, and many of the familiar carols we listen to every year are centuries old. O Come All Ye Faithful, a favorite in many households, was composed in 1751 under the Latin name Adeste Fideles, and Silent Night is only slightly younger. What? Am I not allowed to read the next page? Okay, well, Volume 2? Ever since I can remember, Christmas Through the Ages by Mrs. Claus. Ever since I can remember, which is quite some time ago, let me tell you, people have been celebrating Christmas, though it's only for the last couple of centuries that my husband has been going out and giving them presents. Long ago, Christmas festivities were very different from the way they are today. There's got to be something in here. Pig in the corner, 2 ducats. I have barely any ducats. I'm not going to burn them on chips yet. I need 30 to go up Reindeer Mountain. Christmas in Many Lands by Blitzen the Reindeer. My duties as one of Santa's sleigh-pulling reindeer team have taken me to many different countries, and the wide variety of Christmas stories and customs never ceases to amaze me. One of the few constants is that everybody, from Guatemalans to New Zealanders to Norwegians... Am I missing a button? I want to know what the constant is. You can't just leave me off on this. What's the constant? Blitzen, you tease. The Life and Times of St. Nicholas by Annabelle the Elf. Though Santa Claus is one of the world's most famous citizens these days, I've never seen a good book giving a clear... Oh, wait, hold up. Is this what I've been missing? There's a thing at the right bottom. Yeah, that's what I'm missing. I've been reading the first page. Alright, anyway, Christmas has been around for hundreds of years, and many familiar carols we listen to every year are centuries old. O Come All Ye Faithful, a favorite of many households, was composed in 1751 under the Latin name Adeste Fideles, and Silent Night is only slightly younger. Apart from its age, this carol is interesting because unlike the solemn religious songs, it was first played on a guitar. For the pipe organ at a local church was too badly rusted to use. Among more modern songs, a definite favorite is Jingle Bells, which originally was called One Horse Open Sleigh and written, oddly enough, for Thanksgiving instead of Christmas. Really? It's popular, and also popular is the song Frosty the Snowman, a frequent visitor here at the North Pole, where the comfortable Arctic climate keeps him from melting. He often appears in the doorway, puffing on his corncob pipe, black coal eyes and button nose glinting. I've seen coal, most of it doesn't glint. The silk hat that brought him to life perched jauntily on his round snow head. One of our more permanent residents, Rudolph the Reindeer, also has his own song which describes his glowing nose, how his glowing nose enabled him to guide Santa's sleigh through the fog, and so won him great popularity among his fellow reindeer, eventually. Of course, not all Christmas songs are about us North Pole dwellers. White Christmas, for instance, made famous by Bing Crosby, is all about the sights and sounds of Christmas, snow and sleigh bells and things, while the famous composer Tchaikovsky wrote a whole ballet about the struggle that took place one Christmas between an animated nutcracker and his arch enemy, the fearsome King of Mice. Now that's someone we don't want around here. An important feature of the Christmas season is the wide variety of books and poems available to the Yuletide reader. My all-time favorite Christmas book is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, which tells how nasty old Ebenezer Scrooge was visited by 4 ghosts on Christmas Eve. One of the ghosts was that of Scrooge's business partner, Jacob Marley. The ghosts eventually converted Scrooge to the true Christmas spirit. Younger readers might prefer Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, in which the wicked Grinch and his dog Max try to make Christmas miserable for the residents of Whoville, a town I have visited myself once or twice. As far as poems go, I'd have to say The Night Before Christmas. I like The Night Before Christmas best, because it mentions my beloved employer Santa Claus and his crack squadron of sleigh-pulling reindeer, though not Rudolph, who had a cold that year. In fact, the original title was A Visit from St. Nicholas, which just goes to show how important he is to the poem. Santa himself prefers Dylan Thomas's A Child's Christmas in Wales. I've never heard of that, though. While a little Thistlenose, our youngest elf, can't stop reciting a nursery rhyme about one Jack Horner who pulled a plum out of a Christmas pie one year. I've never had a plum pie. I guess they just really do that, do they? The end. Oh, all right. Well, I learned something there. All right. Ever since I can remember, which is quite some time ago, I tell you, people have been celebrating Christmas, though it's only for the last couple centuries that my husband has been going out and giving them presents. Long ago, Christmas festivities were very different. This still freaks me out every time this happens. I know it makes sense, because Santa's bag has stuff in it randomly, but still. Christmas festivities were very different from the way they are today. In the Middle Ages, for instance, Christmas time always involved plenty of feasting and drinking, all sorts of riotous behavior. One year, they had a gigantic Christmas pie, so big and heavy, 165 pounds. It's a wonder it fit on the table. In another year, Charlemagne was crowned Holy Roman Emperor on Christmas Day. They say it was on Christmas that King Arthur pulled Excalibur from the stone, too, but I'm not sure I believe that. Anyway, my favorite part of the medieval celebrations, as far as I can remember, was always the lovely pantomimes they put on. With Father Christmas, the Bold Slasher, the Turkish Knight, and all the rest. I've never heard of any of these. Of course, my husband and I weren't famous enough to be in the pantomimes back then. Turkish Knight. I suppose it was around that time that people started eating boars' heads at Christmas time. There are a few stories about how that got started, but my favorite, though perhaps not the true explanation, I'm afraid, has it that a university student was attacked by a boar and could only fend it off by cramming a book of Aristotle's philosophy down its throat. He had to cut the boar's head off and bring it home to recover his book, and they ate the head as part of the festivities. Okay. It being Christmas time, another practice that a fellow called Martin Luther started a fair bit later was the custom of putting up a Christmas tree, something that most people, including Santa and myself, still do today. Originally, it was usual to decorate the tree with real candles, but lately some clever chap invented them in 1895. People have been using electric lights instead. Somewhat safer. So Christmas went on fast and furious right until the 17th century, when one year, 1647, I think it was outlawed in England. Imagine, Christmas illegal. Fortunately, they repealed the law a few years later, so people could celebrate again, like in the old days. A little bit before this, in 1642, Sir Isaac Newton was born on Christmas Day. A smaller baby than average, they say, but he grew up to be a very important mathematician and physicist. Once all this nonsense about banning Christmas had blown over, more than 300 years, and I'm still indignant, people got back to celebrating properly, though perhaps festivities weren't quite as wild as they were in the old days. For a long time, though, people often went a-wassailing, meaning they'd go out and stroll through the streets drinking, singing carols, and often stopping in at people's houses for a drink or two. Even more recently, oh dear, I must get that mince pie out of the oven before it burns. The end. All right, we'll never know how the mince pie ended up. Ooh, hello. Well, that was a useful accident. We have a golden key and a trumpet. That's the description for the trumpet. Christmas Many Lands by Blitzen the Reindeer. My duties as one of Santa's sleigh-pulling reindeer have taken me to many different countries, and the wide variety of Christmas stories and customs never ceases to amaze me. One of the few constants is that most everybody, from Guatemalans to New Zealanders to Norwegians, seem to celebrate Christmas on December 25th, though in some countries it is usual to give away most of the presents on some nearby day. One thing that varies quite widely among different nations is the type of decorating they do. The Swedish have charming little straw goats called julbuks that they often put out around Christmas time. Is that true? Since I know Fries is listening, he can actually give some reference here. Do they still do this? Is this a thing? Little straw goats? That sounds adorable. While in Holland, children leave wooden shoes instead of stockings for Santa to fill with presents. I'm also quite partial to the Christmas greenery that people decorate their homes with in all different places. Holly, ivy, mistletoe, and sometimes poinsettia flowers, which are native to Mexico, in case you were wondering. However, many countries also practice very intriguing customs that have nothing to do with decorating. Greeks often complain... Yeah, we should actually finish this sentence. Greeks often complain of monstrous creatures called kalikantzori that come out around Christmas time to play nasty practical jokes on people. There are a few methods for getting rid of them. My Greek friends tell me, one of which involves burning an old shoe, or sometimes salt. The stench is said to drive the malicious creatures away. In Armenia, the traditional Christmas Eve meal is very different from turkey and plum pudding you see in North America. I have never had a plum pudding in North America. After Mass that night, they used to eat spinach, fried fish, and lettuce. Though apparently that isn't done so much these days. I don't blame them. Spinach and lettuce? Like, really? You're doubly up on the greenery. I don't know. That's weird to me. And there are many countries where reindeer don't visit at all. In Syria, the gift-giving is not done by Santa, but by a peculiar little camel who swears he was in the wise man's caravan and has been in the Christmas business ever since. Oh, that's cute. And of course, Christmas activities are very different south of the equator, where Christmas falls in the middle of summer, and the weather is far too warm for any of the snowball fighting and tobogganing that goes on in more northerly countries. It's no wonder that most birds, except for a few tough ones, like cardinals, like to fly down that way when our cold boreal winters arrive. In Australia, you can even see people surfing around Christmas time. And speaking of Australia, that little continent has the record for the largest Christmas cracker at 150 feet long. It must have made quite a bang. The end. These books have some editing problems where the endings are very abrupt. Yeah, I want to know more about the camel that gives out gifts. I should look that up. The Life and Times of Old Saint Nick by Annabelle the Elf. Although Santa Claus is one of the world's most famous citizens these days, I've never seen a good book giving a clear and accurate account of his life story. Almost as if people aren't sure about the facts of Santa's life, or maybe, shockingly, don't believe he's a real person at all. But I hope I can clear up some of the confusion by saying yes, Santa Claus is definitely a real person. Australia is mankind's biggest lie. Did you miss the part? I asked about the straw goats. Is that a thing in Sweden? Like, it says in this one of the other books, there are straw goats, and I want to know more about these alleged straw goats. Clear up some confusion by saying that, yes, Santa Claus is definitely a real person, and his life history is fairly well known to those of us in the North Pole. North Pole citizens who have taken the time to speak to him and his wife, whose memory, frankly, is a good deal better than his. See, he just checks the list twice. Doesn't have to remember that all. Or about the lie that Australia is. I'll be curious to see how this goes. Anyway, Santa Claus was first called Nicholas and was bishop of a place called Myra, in what is now Turkey. Way back in the 4th century, after living there for a few decades, he mysteriously disappeared, though some people thought he was dead. And eventually, because of his many good deeds he had performed, he was made a saint. He moved to the North Pole, married Mrs. Claus, and lived in a quiet obscurity for several centuries, attended by myself and a number of other elves, until one day he decided to begin giving presents out to children at Christmas time and trained a team of our rare Arctic flying reindeer, Rangifer Tarandus Aurelius, including Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, and Rudolph for this purpose. Since then, he has flown all over the world, delivering gifts and occasionally leaving the reindeer behind. In Finland, some people have seen him astride a giant straw goat. More straw goats. The theory that if we don't burn it, bad things happen. I think I've seen that. Like, there's like a camera and people are frequently trying to set it on fire. No, it's probably a Tom Scott video. That's probably where I saw it. Was that a goat? I thought it was I guess it was a goat. Huh. Anyway, while in Holland, he's usually accompanied by a mysterious fellow called Black Peter, who is an infrequent visitor here at the North Pole. His globe-trotting exertions have made him so famous that at least one town I know of, Santa Claus, Indiana, USA, has been named after him. I didn't know that happened. So Pikachu happened. Anything can happen in the Midwest. Of course, not even we elves know everything about Santa. The costume he wears when flying with his team is one big question. In his North Pole house, he usually just wears a fur cloak, or sometimes his old bishop's robes, but most outsiders seem to like to draw him in the red and white suit ever since he started appearing that way in advertisements for Coca-Cola. Another mystery is his recent appearance in the United States, as recorded in the movie Miracle on 34th Street. Apparently he lived in New York for a while, calling himself Kris Kringle, and finally had to prove his real identity, in court. Fortunately, the post office knew who he was and sent him all the Christmas mail, several wheelbarrows full of it, addressed to Santa Claus, and this was accepted as evidence by the judge. I've never actually seen Miracle on 34th Street. As mentioned earlier, some people have recently begun to doubt the existence of Santa Claus, but fortunately, not everyone shares this skepticism. In 1897, a little girl called Virginia O'Hanlon sent a letter to the New York newspaper asking if Santa existed. Quite properly, the newspaper's reply was, "Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus." Well, of course there is. The end. See, that had a better ending. All right, what do we got here? We're going to take a sip first. Coolest was in 2018 when they were close when they used fire arrows. That's pretty awesome. Very Viking, that. It's an accurate summary of how the movie ended. Okay. Yeah, I've never seen it. Maybe I'll watch it on the plane tomorrow. Though Squiggles told me they have Jingle All the Way on Alaska these days during Christmas time. And I do like Jingle All the Way, so we'll see. Or I'll work on Baba Is You chapter things, because that's a project that's drug on way too long. Anyway, Yule School, Christmas Facts for the Eager Young Mind by Mr. E. Scrooge, Reformed. Since being visited by 4 ghosts one Christmas Eve, I have learned many interesting and fascinating things about the Christmas season. Did you know, for instance, that King Wenceslas in the well-known Carol was a real person? Not really king, admittedly, but Duke of Bohemia in the 10th century, and apparently, if we can trust the song, a very decent fellow. The 3 kings who visited Christ on the night of his birth were probably real too, and tradition has it that their names were Mechalor, Caspar, and Balthazar, which may be familiar to you if you ever played Chrono Trigger. It's amazing how many Christmas traditions have to do with vegetation. Also, the original Chrono Trigger, they had really bad names. Like the Japanese version, they're like Mash, Bash, and Gash because the Dragon Ball Z guy thought it was funny. Whereas Ted Woosler's like, no, these are 3 sages. We got to give them sage names. And so Mechalor, Caspar, and Balthazar. Anyway, it's amazing how many Christmas traditions have to do with vegetation. Yes, vegetation. This whole business with Christmas trees, for instance, and holly, mistletoe too. You often see people kissing under it at Christmas time. Although that sort of thing didn't go on quite as much in my day. Harumph. And then, roses. We mustn't forget them. I'm told the first Christmas time postage stamp has a rose on it. I'd have put a ghost or 2 on myself. And speaking of trees, I wasn't I? The traditional one to put in your house at Christmas is a spruce, for reasons I must admit are a mystery to me. And then there's eating. People often seem to like to devour vast amounts of turkey at Christmas time. A bird, which despite the name, isn't from Turkey at all. They're native to Central America. And of course, things like candy canes, which are supposed to resemble the crooks of shepherds that they used to carry. Of course, often they carry all the fasting and turkey gobbling right through Boxing Day, which also happens to be the feast of St. Stephen's, when mentioned in the Wenceslas song. Let's see, that's almost everything I know about Christmas. I suppose I also want to point out that one should never say anything like, "Bah, humbug," at Christmas time. Oh, and trivia buffs will want to know that Alabama was the first American state to make Christmas an official holiday. Huh. Well, that's kind of an interesting fact, I guess. Someone walked out, pulled an arrow, lit it, and fired. That is awesome. I'm going to have to check all of the gaps after finding the key on accident. Christmas Difficulties by Mr. S. Claus. I don't really think very many people appreciate how difficult it is to fly all over the world delivering gifts, visiting each and every household, except for those in areas subcontracted to Wise Man's Camel and other trusted agents, in a single night, and pulled by flying reindeer. Now that was a nutty idea. I'm stuck with it now, though, because every time I mention switching to something a little more modern, Like that twin-engine luxury hyper-cruiser Roderick, our chief engineer, keeps wanting to build, Mrs. Claus and half the elves start going on about tradition and doing things the tried and true way. And all the reindeer suddenly get mournful expressions and won't look me in the eye, as if I can't be relied upon to see that they're all given generous pensions and well looked after once this whole flying sleigh routine is over and done with. Anyway, people have come up with some odd ideas about how I operate over the years. First of all is this whole business about climbing down chimney to deliver presents. Who would want to make a habit doing that? Many houses don't even have chimneys these days. And when there is a chimney, it's likely to be far too narrow to be a practical entrance. I'm not exactly on the brink of starvation, you know. Also, there's the problem of getting the whole team of reindeer to land smoothly on a peaked roof in the first place. A very tricky bit of sleigh handling. If I had to do that every house, I'd be sunk. No, chimneys are only an emergency entrance to be used when my trusty, elf-made electronic lock picks won't work on either the front or back door. The walls are impervious to my diamond blade brick cutters. So tidy it's possible to seamlessly replace the chopped out wall section when I'm done using high-tech glue. And the house's children have been so astonishingly good, I can't just give it up as a bad job. And when absolutely necessary to go down a chimney, I don't do the dirty work myself. I deploy Thistlenose, a young elf who's much thinner than I am and actually enjoys sliding down chimneys and getting himself covered with soot and ashes. One time I did go down a chimney. It wasn't deliberate. I slipped on the icy roof, and if you want to know, while looking for a second-story window to climb in through. And Dr. Clement Moore just happened to be on hand to write a poem about it. Have you ever read A Visit from St. Nicholas? That's the only time, incidentally, I've been spotted while doing my work, thanks to the elven invisibility devices which normally work well but seem to fail when roughly bumped around. Any other questions? Nope, that was pretty much it. Should we do the money machine? That just means you're working. And I could tell you about 3 other technical problems associated with my self-imposed annual Christmas gift-giving spree, like all the countless hours I spend reading mail, training the reindeer, directing gift production, making that dratted list of all the good children, and checking it twice, Mrs. Claus insists. Updating the gift recipients' addresses, and even selecting each year's distinctive patterns for the wrapping paper. But I haven't got time to do all that and complain about it in writing without giving up my afternoon nap. But when all's said and done, this yearly business of giving everybody presents is probably worth the effort, if only for the lovely snacks so many people leave out for me each year. And don't expect me to retire for a few years yet. The end. Alright, well that was a lot of reading. Let's make sure there's nothing behind any of the other gaps. Since I magically got the key on accident, I kind of want to see if that'll happen again. But no, since there was a reference to Sweden, I figured I'd ask. A small waxwork museum will appeal to anyone who's ever thrilled to Treasure Island or other adventure tales of pirate and the sea. Can I open this? You bend down for a closer look at the pirate's treasure chest. I don't have the right key for that. Pretty decent looking pirate, though. That's the exit. Is there anything else in here? The way you have to do, like, directions from this area is a little bit wonky to me. Or just in general in this. Let's go to the post office. The Secret Valley post office is bright and clean, but some folks complain that the service isn't all it could be. Alright. Missing. Boots. That's true. I need those. Well, that was some. Just a minute. Be right there. No need to keep ringing the bell. I'm hurrying as fast as I can. Hello. I'm glad you're here. I have some mail for you. Shall I get it now? Yes. Or do I need to hit the bell again? Oh, she left. Here's your mail. Alright, cool. What's in here? Dear Fizbin, wishing you the merriest of Christmases and happy adventuring to the Secret Valley. Best wishes, Santa. So he already knew that I'm doing this and that I've already lost all his stuff. See, you quite enjoy ringing the bell. Alright, yeah, that's getting annoying. I probably should stop doing that. Alright, well, cool. We found that. That's nice. What's in here? Abandoned house full of dust and cobwebs, plus who knows what viciously voracious vermin. Well, that's out. Okay. You bend down, examine the hole in the wall. There appears to be some sort of hole a rat might use. Ew. Alright, let's go to the curio shop. God, There's an old curiosity shop. Chat with the talkative young man in the corner if there's anything you need to know. There's an awful lot of things. Bronze bear. This one's empty. A Dutch doll made with 100% imported pixels. For 76 ducats. Includes authentic Dutch costume. Feel free to browse around. Just try not to break anything that isn't already broken. Everything you see in the store was made right here in the Secret Valley. Let me know if you need help with anything. Curios, oddments, bric-a-brac, trinkets, we have it all. We've been expecting you, but perhaps I wasn't supposed to say that. It's strange but true. No one's ever seen the north end of Main Street. Ooh. Have you been to the Forest of Arden? Unfortunately, people seem to leave their old junk around there. What do you think of the theory that our whole world is some sort of program running in a giant computer? Alright, I need money. Oh, I don't know about this guy. Also, I'm going to save again because I haven't saved in a while. Not that it matters. Also, I completely forgot to do this. Probably should have done it earlier with Start PC mode. Alright, quiz show, win cash, or prizes. Okay. Well, let's talk to the man first. If you'd like to be a contestant on our quiz show, go through the red curtain behind me. Alright, let's go. You're on stage in the music hall. Good luck on the Christmas quiz.
Welcome to the theater, ladies and gentlemen. We have an exciting quiz in store for you today, featuring two fine contestants. On my left, please welcome Sherlock Fortescue. And on my right, meet his opponent, a newcomer to our valley, Fizbin the Elf. The first question goes to Fizbin. Are you ready, Fizbin? The first instrument on which the carol Silent Night was played was a guitar. I learned that by reading. That's right, Fizbin. The carol was first sung as part of a church service in Austria. A guitar was used because the church organ was so badly rusted it couldn't be played. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, Fizbin the Elf now has a 1-point lead. The next question goes to Sherlock. Are you ready? Medieval Christmas pantimes did not include which character? Father Christmas, St. Nicholas, the Turkish knight, or the bold slasher? St. Nicholas? Correct! St. Nicholas is the correct answer. In medieval England, Nicholas was just another saint. He had not yet metamorphosized into Santa Claus and had nothing to do with Christmas. As you can see from the scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen, the score is now tied, and it's anybody's match. The next question is for Fizbin. Are you ready? The real St. Nicholas lived on the island of Malta. No, in Turkey. That's right, Fizbin. St. Nicholas was a bishop of the Turkish town of Myra in the early 4th century. Over the centuries, his name has evolved to our more familiar Santa Claus. 1-point lead. Next one goes to Sherlock. In the end, the reindeer loved Rudolph because he drove the Grinch away from Whoville. He was good at all the reindeer games. He was the biggest, smartest, and fastest reindeer. He's bigger, stronger, and nastier too. He guided Santa's sleigh through the fog. Oh, he caught up. Yep, Rudolph was able to guide the sleigh because of his glowing red nose, which provided light to travel by. As you can see from the scoreboard, we're still tied up. Next question goes to Fizbin. The song White Christmas was made famous by Michael Jackson. I knew that one before going to the library there. The song first appeared in 1942 in movies Holiday Inn. I think I've seen Holiday Inn, or at least a play version of it, with Crosby as the star. White Christmas won the Oscar Award for that year for Best Song. All right, Sherlock. Believe it or not, one Indiana tone is called Christmasville, Santa Claus, Noel, Wincless. Wincless? Nope. Good try, Sherlock, but that's not correct. Fizbin gets a chance to steal. Are we ready? It is Santa Claus. Yep, there's also Santa Claus of Idaho. And there was much rejoicing. And we have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. Please join me in congratulating Fizbin the Elf on an outstanding performance in today's contest. Now let's find out what he's won. Fizbin, you picked a good day to come in to be our grand mystery prize winner. The prize today is admission pass to Baron von Beefheart's Castle of Wonders. Congratulations. How big is this game? So can I do this again? It says win cash or prizes. All right, I'm doing it again. Yes. The gentleman, please welcome Portia Baggins and Fizbin the Elf.
First question goes to me. In the movie Miracle on 34th Street, the final proof that it was that Kris Kringle was actually Santa Claus was wheelbarrows. The fact that it been delivered to Kris Kringle proved the Postal Service thought he was Santa, and their opinion was considered decisive. No one else considers the Postal Service decisive, but here we are. All right, and at her question, Greek legend, malicious creature called Santa play planks at Christmas. To get rid of them, you should burn salt or an old shoe. Throw sandals at them. No. You should burn salt or an old shoe. I don't know how you burn salt. Salt doesn't burn. Burning is carbonization. There's no carbon in salt. But that's what it was. Apparently, the stench of burning shoe or salt drives them off. Other effective methods include hanging a pig's jawbone by the door and keeping a large fire so they can't sneak down the chimney. Yeah, Fizbin. Poem commonly known as The Night Before Christmas was initially titled A Visit from St. Nicholas. By Clement Moore for his children and some guests. One of them anonymously sent the poem to a New York newspaper for publication. They're really, always skirting. Which New York newspaper was it? Is it New York City or New York State? Anyway, I got 3 points. Portia, are you ready? First ever stamp issued for Christmas depicted what? A rose? That is correct. Sold in 1937 in Austria, where paper roses were a popular Christmas decoration. Still a 2-point lead. When distributing gifts in Holland, St. Nicholas is accompanied by Black Peter? Black Peter is actually responsible for dropping the presents down their recipients' chimneys, but he also punishes bad children by putting them in a bag and carrying them away to Spain. If you're bad, you have to go to Spain. We have a winner. Let's see what he won. Prize of 1 ducat. No thank you. That would take an awful lot of effort to grind the number of ducats I clearly will eventually need. Alright, so I can't really do anything with her. I've acquired a free pass for one person to enter Baron von Beefheart's Castle of Wonders. I think that's all I can do in town. I've done everything that I think is available to me. Unless I want to buy chips, which I don't think I do yet. Yeah, I ring the bell and leave. The Curio dude seemed to indicate that the forest might be a smart place to go, so we're going to go to the forest. We can also just click past this, which is nice. I appreciate that when that's an available option. I mostly just wanted to see what would happen, maybe, because I thought I might be able to talk to her. Railway station in the forest of Arden. The Secret Valley's lovely southern eastern woodlands. Trains leave here to go to the northern terminus. Okay. Oh boy, another friggin' maze. Let's go left. The Shady Grove. All right, let's go right. Is that really it? Let's go back. Oh no. Oh, I want to. This is not my jam in terms of mazes. The moment I have to turn around, I'm hosed. Because now I'm just going to go all the way back and have no idea. That works. You're standing by the portcullis that helps keep intruders out of Baron von Beefheart's castle. The castle itself is quite visible, clearly visible in the distance. I have a pass. Can I go in? I had to make a guess these work independently and I could brute force them. Oh, oops. Okay, maybe not. Maybe those dots are a lie. All right, so I need to figure out how to get in there. I don't know if that's something I can know. Oh, hey, they give hints here. Bluebird Lane. Okay. Or they give hints in some places about where you are. Right. Okay. Said people throw their junk out, so I wonder if there's a specific part of the forest I need to get to that I'm not very good at getting to. All right, I don't know what I want to do there yet. Let's try the other location. Because I am legitimately confused, at least for the moment. And then the one that goes to Main Street is the one I need to take from here, and then there's one that'll take me somewhere else. What am I going to do my Ducats? Okay, so we'll go to this place. Let's go to Fairtown. It's not the best. It's just a fair town. Okay, so we're at Fairtown. Much busier on weekends and holidays. The train from here will take you to Main Street. So that's the limit here. Got hot roasted chestnuts. Beautiful day, isn't it? Perfect day for eating chestnuts. I think the sound of my bell is somehow uplifting, don't you? On my next day off, I'm going to take the handsome cab to Reindeer Mountain. Never been there? Hope I'm not boring you. I'm afraid I sometimes tend to repeat myself. What do you think of the theory that there's no such thing as an accident, that everything we do is part of some larger design? It's a beautiful day, isn't it? Perfectly eating chestnuts. Don't touch the bell. You can play with it after I finish working if you like. I'll buy a Ducat. Or buy one. So apparently they didn't really count as anything, and I just lost one of these. I need that bell, though. All right, well, let's see if there's anything else here. Test my skill, win a prize. Tinsel thing. This is an amusement booth. Step right up and see if you can rearrange the letters to win a prize. Fun fact, we also have... I'm glad to hear you have trains over there. Alright, so I can swap it. Swap some letters. Oh, this is Silent Night. That's what this is. It's like, this has to be... Nicht. Okay. S... E... Yay! I solved the puzzle, and your prize is a handsome cuckoo clock. Cuckoo clock you won at the fair. Cool. Can I do it again? Closed. Oh. I have a cuckoo clock. I don't know what I want to do with it, but I have one. I wonder if I just have to, like, buy her out of Ducat, of these with Ducats, so that I can actually get the bell. She says after finish working. Oh, I just wasted all my Ducats. Okay. Well, Fairtown was a bit of a bust. Oh, we should make a couple more swipes. Make sure I understand that I'm not missing anything stupid. But I get the feeling I need to buy her out of chestnuts. And now I have a cuckoo clock. Also, my inventory is really full now. Don't know if it'll have like a second page or anything. Rio shop? Pays 32 cats for this. All right. And I need 32 cats if I want to take the cab, which I can't do yet. So there's that. So now I have 32 cats. So I guess what I'll go do is buy her out of chestnuts. I'm going to save before I do that. I've wasted 3, but I do know that there's a possibility to get an infinite number of Ducats, if a bit slowly, by winning the quiz show. So we'll save our game so we don't won't have wasted more. Okay, that didn't work. All right, I'm gonna get my Ducats back. But so, because apparently that wasn't enough. How do I get her to stop working? Apparently doing that wasn't the thing. Oh yeah, I guess I never read this. You arrived at Fairtown, where the fairgrounds, oh that's why this is, are busy all day. The chestnut stand appears to be a popular place to buy a snack. Alright, so I'm kind of at a problem here. I need to get her to stop selling chestnuts. What can I do with that? Like, where do I want to go and annoy people with a trumpet? Like, I mean, basically, the only thing I can think of is, like, maybe... Wait, what if I do this? No, that didn't help. What if I... Why is this my only option? Why do I think this is the only thing that's going to help? Steel at 60. I could buy it back. I don't want it back. I don't have a key for this. I feel like I'm missing a screen or two. Like, there's gotta be another screen somewhere or something I'm missing. Like, also, the dude gave me, like, a big hint about, oh, yeah, people leave things in the forest. Like, there's got to be something more to the forest, but I really don't want to have to, like, map it out. Wait, hold up. I want potato chips. I just realized why I want potato chips. Did I not pick up my potato chips? You can't beat a tasty mint sucker from a vending machine and railway station when you're on a mission to retrieve magical item settlements. I wanted to get some food so I could, like, feed it to the thing. Whole family loves the hearty taste of tuna and the zesty tang of real berries, and every stick of tuna and berry bubblegum. Yeah. Barbecue-style chips. Those sound good. Unfortunately, you're allergic to these appetizing cheese balls. No time to be getting sick. Let's put them in your pack for now. Okay, that's where I messed up. So we'll load game 4 again. Leave. Take it back. Yeah, I was almost expecting something like that, but I was so confused with the potato chips. Because it did say, I think, all of these are potato chips. Like, yeah. Oh, these say which ones they are. Cheese balls, peppermint suckers, or tuna and berry bubblegum. I want the cheese balls since I'm allergic to cheese. Do this be lactose intolerant or something. All right, cheese balls. Yeah, I know. I'm allergic, so put them. Yes, but I want to. There should be a mouse here. I'm not allowed to do anything with this. Every other time I've used an object, it's kind of happened relatively implicitly. Maybe I need more of a mouse trap? Also, the way it shows up in my inventory is really weird. Didn't really try this, but let's see what happens if I mess with the windows. Oh, you can't mess with the window size. Let's be careful then. Okay, I'm not really sure that was a good use of my money then, and all it did was clutter up my inventory, which is already full of stuff I can't really use. Really thought this was a way. I guess I need to do some more stuff to move forward, right? Like, maybe there's some, like, triggers I haven't seen yet. I really do think the only place that makes sense to go right now is to the forest. Mouse in Swedish is slang for pussy. Huh. Today I learned. Oh yeah, this is the teleporter thing. I don't think I want to teleport anywhere. What an odd thing. Alright. Okay, Oak Junction, Shady Grove. Shady Grove, Oak Junction. I might need to, like, get them. Wait. Oh, your second special hint for this game. You can never go wrong if you always go right. Keep your eyes open for something of value. Okay. It says always go right. Oh, hello. Who's this? Electrical fuse. That wasn't the hint I was expecting to get. Not really sure why I went with that, but I guess that means I need to be looking at the grounds a little more carefully. The fact that these things turn you around is very annoying. Like, where do I need to use an electrical fuse? Also, I don't have any, like, impetus for this. Like, I could try to brute force the whole set. Maybe just put them all down. I've been at this for an hour. I thought I'd already gone much longer than that. Okay. Never really seems to help, does it? I mean, I feel like there's got to be more to this than that. Debating whether or not I want to, like, reload my game. Because, like, it did say I used my second special hint. I didn't really know if I want to burn special hints. And I also haven't accomplished much aside from getting this thing. So I guess I'll just reload. And I get my Ducats back, at least. It's like, I don't know what she'd need beyond selling herself, selling her stock out. Wait. Right. I got confused about where it come from. Who needs a fuse? Like... where would I use a fuse? Found the bell. We found Baron von Beefart's castle. There's a lot of groves. Guess the dude did mention trash. Maybe I need to go and sell him the stuff. The curio man was pretty emphatic. Okay. No, I wanted to go left, right, wait. Left, right. Okay, I thought I was in a loop there. Honk. Honk. Ugh. Alright. Alright, so this all seems to work the exact same way it did before. Not sure I want to use the teleporter, but it's nice to know that it still works the way I expect it to. I want to go to Main Street. So I have a fuse, I have the ability to get cheese balls, I have 30 ducats. If I was going to buy an item in the curio shop, is there any of them that were less than 30? The arrow is closest to it. I could do another... let's do another quiz thing and get another ducat, I guess. Let's please welcome Lola Go Lightly. Go Lightly. Lola Go Lightly. Alright. First question. Tchaikovsky's ballet. The Nutcracker's main enemy is the King of All Mice. Loses the battle when Clara, the heroine, stuns him with a hurled shoe. Alright, Lola. Good King Wenceslas is ruler of what country? Bohemia? That is correct. Was the Duke of Bohemia, not a king. He lived in the 10th century. First American state to make Christmas Day a holiday was Alabama in 1836. All other states existing at the time followed suit by the end of the 19th century. Electric Christmas tree lights were first invented, 1985, I think? Or 1895. I think this is right. Yep. By Ralph E. Morris. New lights proved safer than traditional candles. Which the following was not one of the three kings. Telost is actually a bony fish. But I win? 1 ducat. Really not worth the effort. Okay, we have learned nothing here. So quite literally the only good prize is the castle unless I want to grind ducats, which I just don't think I want to. Where other surface area? Like, there's pirates. I feel like there just must be a screen I'm missing. That's the only thing that makes sense here. We can't use the cab. Post office. That should be more rewarding. I agree. I mean, I think it's probably just a relief valve in case you do something stupid with all your ducats, but even then, like, what happens if we go to the curio shop and... that didn't help the situation. Here's people to confuse. Yeah, I don't think I see anything here that's helping. Let me save my game. We'll stripe a little bit. like a candy cane. Also, I could use a quick stand-up break. There was something I forgot to do, and I need to go do it. There's a bit of medicine I should take. So this is a good time to take a short rest and listen to some Canyon.mid, because everyone loves Canyon.mid. It's the defining sound of a generation. All right. That's not right. All right, I will actually be right back. Yes, Canyon. It's true, Scrumbular. Enjoy all of the Canyon. I will be right back. Okay, we are back. Let's get back to the Santa Shack. I still love that I got to register the game with my name. I don't mean to be rhyming. This had a cute little website where you just type your name in and it gives you a registration key, and I did this a while ago and forgot about it. Is this it? Yeah, I think this is it. Alright, yeah, the only thing I can think of is I should go look at the Castle of Wonders a bit harder. There's probably a hint somewhere. I just need to find it. I do love this interface. You don't see interfaces like this anymore. Except for, like, horror games or your computer's being taken over by some sort of virus-y thing. I put these all back where it was. Oh. You know, I never actually looked at the castle, but I have to say these towers look suspicious. Let's try this out. This one's all the way down, maybe? Here we go. Progress. You are standing by a drawbridge that helps keep out the intruders that make it through the portcullis. Haha! I got to use my horn. Not to toot my own horn or anything. Use your free pass to enter the castle. Baron von Beefheart seems to take Christmas quite seriously. The Christmas tree reaches nearly to the lofty ceiling of the hall. Ah, this might be where we need to use our fuse, because the Christmas tree lights are probably out, and it's important to light them. Can we... Rose full, Lulu. That's a lot of options. I'm going to go with Yule, since it's not listed here, and it's Christmassy. Yep, that was the right answer, but I'm not going to go that way. Haha, I can loot his basement. This is a maintenance room in Baron von Beefheart's Castle of Wonders. Do you wonder why they call it that? Do you wonder who Baron von Beefheart is? That's 2 wonders right there. Yeah, that's true. Hey, there we go. Plug it in. Do we have? I thought we'd have to like throw the switch or something. I guess we don't. Narrow hallway in Baron von Beefheart's Castle of Wonders. You are standing on a narrow strip of ground between the moat and the tall hedge. Nearby is a side door into Baron von Beefheart's Castle of Wonders. The garden gate is locked on the other side. Okay. So now we can turn on the Christmas tree lights. And it says Yule. Oh, well, that would have made that puzzle easier, wouldn't it? Oh, well. Baron von Beefheart's Castle of... Even Baron von Beefheart wonders why he built this room. Why there's a gramophone in it, and why no one oils the doors around here. The revolving door is locked. Okay. The gramophone does not respond. I guess let's wind it. Give to me bridge in a pear tree. Give me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. Is it really going to go through the whole thing? It's a lot of Christmas. Oh, I can leave. Oh, I messed up already. Oh, no. Mistakes were made. It's the 12 Days of Christmas. I need to find something else. Oh, I messed this up horribly, and now I'm stuck in Camel Town. I might have to restore if I can't get out. A trumpet. Christmas tree elephant. Partridge? That could be a partridge. No, those are... Wait, no, or maybe... And turtle doves. And a partridge in a pear tree. That's just a partridge. Is that a partridge? I can't tell. This is another bird. How many different kind of birds are there? Like, do I need to start at the top or at the bottom is the question, really. Also, they sometimes transpose the Lords of Leaping and Ladies Dancing and other things. Okay, so this is the room I'm in. It's 2 chickens. Hens a laying, right, okay. Let's see, what are the 12 days, official 12 days of Christmas, right? 12 days of Christmas. Because it does switch up a bit. Okay, partridge in a pear tree. Oh, 3 French hens. Alright, well, let's go with the one that was published in a while ago. I would say, well, I think these are hens, so let's go 3 French hens. And then 4 calling birds. 5 gold rings. 6 geese a laying. That does not look like a goose to me. 8 maids a... Wait, no. 7 swans a swimming. That actually looks like that. Maids a milking. Okay, we're getting somewhere. 9 ladies dancing. 10 lords a leaping. 11 pipers piping. And drummers drumming. And that looks like we can leave. Oof. We'll take a maze. Okay. One of these. Wait. Oh, it shows me what I want underneath it. Alright. Start. Good. Alright. This is at least kind of cute, I guess. Not my favorite class of puzzle of all time, but you know, I'll take it for the time being. Is there any ambiguity here? Like, I have 2 of these, but I don't have... I guess this one, maybe? Like, there's an ambiguity here. I do appreciate the solve button. I'm not even going to remotely lie about that. End. Yeah, and every single time I click something bird-wise, it makes that noise. Okay. Close. Does it restart? Or is this where... That's where I left it. Okay. Let's poke around the garden at least a little bit before we go back to the maze. Staying in front of a potting shed in Baron von Beefheart's garden. Hard to see much inside the shed. There doesn't seem to be much in here aside from the wooden bench and a bunch of old tools. Okay. What is this? A file, perhaps? I don't know when I will want to use a file, but okay. Alright, well, we found that stuff. Oh, no! If I want to go back, I have to go all the way back through. Starts at drummers. Oh, it didn't make me do it again. Thank you. Thank you, game. Doesn't look like there's anything. This actually reminds me a bit of Shivers in terms of how it played out. Like, weird place, weird castle with a bunch of things. Alright, well... I think all this is really telling me is that there's the underlying tile that has to match, but the overlying tile doesn't. Which makes this weird as a puzzle. I don't... That's the wrong piece. I just want to get the red ones into place so I can kind of see how the yellow lines are outlying. not convinced this is the best thing, but it's... Oh, you can move more than one at a time. Well, that's a nice little quality of life thing. Okay, so that's how the red part looks. So, based upon that, I think I still want this to connect fairly well. So I think it's probably something... Okay, I'm gonna have to take apart the middle red part at some point. But my suspicion is this is the correct starting location for this particular tile. And then the other one up here is the sink. So at least we know sort of that. That's my guess for the time being. All right, so now let's disassemble that stuff in the middle. Oh my. Thanks for the good luck. Hi, Shovda. Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? What were we up to? Hope it was something fun. What's up, Blue Ribbon? We are playing Santa's Secret... Oh, I can't. I have to exit out of that first. Santa's Secret Valley on the Windows 98 machine. Because it's a Windows 98 kind of day. And there's Blob. Because you have to have Blob. New Joker shell, okay. World record. 1820. Throw away multiple at 16. Oof. But congrats on the world record. I like how that worked. Because the SO command ignores everything that someone else types. Except me. It's a hard act. Oh, I know. I've seen, at least. I haven't tried it. Anyway, we're at the point where there's a sliding block puzzle, but it has another trick beyond that, and I've been... Oh, wait. Yes, I want to take a screenshot at this point. So another cute thing I've got up my sleeve here is when I want to take a screenshot, I don't actually do it the normal way anymore. I have a thing that throws it into a spot on my web server so I can just pull it up later. I've taken a lot of screenshots. But, so yeah, here's the screenshot, so in case anyone else wants to see it. I finally made it so that it edits properly. Okay, so now the logic of all of this. Oh yeah, what we're trying to do here is retrieve Santa's bag, his boots, and his bell. We know where the bell is. We found the bell. Unfortunately, there's a lady who's selling roasted chestnuts and won't let us get the bell till she's done selling chestnuts. We tried buying 30 ducats worth of chestnuts. That did not work. And the CD-ROM tray just opened. And I just put it back. Since I moved the squiggle box, it's a bit more challenging to close that up. But yes. I still love that that works. It was one of my favorite things I've ever integrated. And that does remind me, I haven't saved in a while, so we'll save 2. I don't love the save slot mechanic here, but here we are. Where was I with this? How do you solve these puzzles? You don't leave the middle part in, that's clearly it. You have to solve from, like, a side, then come back. Right, okay. But we know from this that well, actually, probably is this. Maybe that. No, it should connect. It should connect, maybe. Probably has to be this one? I just don't know. There's enough unknown unknowns. The thing is, with these types of puzzles, I usually kind of don't like them. There's something about this one I actually like, and I'm confused about that. Right, let's wreck the middle section so I can move pieces around. Boop. Boop. Maybe it's the quality of life and being able to rotate this around easily. That might be it entirely. Like, there was one of these in... Oh, I wanted that piece there. I'll put that back. How do I do this? I mean, that could work. That might be what we're supposed to do. And yeah, the CD-ROM tray thing is really fun. I still think it's cute. It's actually handled by this thing, which, as you can see, also reads Twitch chat. Gone bananas? Oh. There's a lot of these things I never see. And the dings. The ding's a bit louder than I'd like, but this game is balanced very low. Like, I don't... No, I think I do understand the rule. Okay. C script. Yep. I mean, it's not actually C script. It's Python. I didn't name it. This is like the thing it did. I didn't change that. It's a script called dos.py. It always starts up when I use startup. See? dos.bat. Always a good sign when you have something that's named like that. Anyway, this is a real Windows 98 computer, so my friend built it a few years ago as a retro project and then decided, why not? And left it at my place, so now I have it. Been a lot of fun to stream on it, to be honest. There we go. Okay, so now I think I need this piece. I think I know why I like this. I'm solving two puzzles in parallel. I think that might be the key to why I don't hate this. Because usually I'm like, oh boy, the sliding block puzzle, because someone had to do something. Also, fun fact. Oh, this is the wrong piece. Okay. So we need this one over there. I could have figured that out earlier, but I didn't. Wait. No? If this dead ends, because I only have each of the corner pieces here, right? Like this corner piece, this corner piece, this corner piece. So that corner piece has to be that. I only have two of these. And if it's that, it has to connect up that way. So, yeah, it has to do that. I guess I don't understand how the connection rules work for non-dead ends. Or for dead ends, unfortunately. Alright, we'll just have to wing it. And then we need... Straight one looks like it connects, I think... No, it clearly connects there. And that one connects this way. And has to be there. There's no... Oh, wait. That's the piece I want. Okay, I see it now. This is the piece I want, and then this one's up there. Okay. This will be tricky, but I think it's doable. So I want to move that piece there, move this piece in, move all these around. There we go. And then we can rotate this piece there, and we have some of the right stuff, except now this one is trapped way over here and is stuck. So we have to put a little bit of work into getting it in the right place, but this is still progress. And we need to disassemble chunks of this anyway. Move that to where it needs to be, but it's too early to move it to where it needs to be, so I just kind of screwed up there, but whatever. That actually works, because then I can move those there, and there we go. And that part looks right, actually, up there. Oh, shoot, an ad purchase. Buy some ad space if your manuscript is picked up the next year. Whatever, poetry moves so slowly. Well, the ads are really cheap. It's about 200 bits, or 200 lambdas, or... How much? I don't even know. It's been a while since I've looked at how much it costs on the front page. I think it's like 5 bits or something, if you didn't add one of the enhancements. That was a gag I did for April Fool's Day a few years ago. I also don't know how to approve ads anymore. It's been a while. Green beans. Oh, cute. I do always check to see where these go first. All right, there. Approved. Fewer red to connect the first. That's not the right play, Fries. I know why you're thinking that, but it's not the right play. Oh, wait. Have I hosed myself here? Huh. I guess I don't understand how that connects. Am I saying you're dumb? I'm saying you don't have a lot of experience with sliding block puzzles, perhaps. But I would never accuse you of being dumb, Fries. I might accuse you of other things. Rotate these. These are the only ones I'm certain of. Oh, okay, that's... I forgot this piece is in the wrong spot while we're messing around. Okay, that's where the problem lies. Alright. These two need to swap. Okay, and then need to move that. Okay, there we go. And then what's the next piece? This piece needs to be up there. And then I need to put the corner piece where it's supposed to be, which I didn't do before. Oh, that wasn't the way. I am so smart. I am so smart. S-M-R-T. I mean S-M-A-R-T. Okay, we're getting close-ish. Like, this is really close. I just need to get these rotated into the right spots. As far as I can... Oh, wait, no, hold up. This is also wrong. That needs to connect to that other one. Okay, how do we fix this? Okay, that's in the right spot. But that doesn't mean anything if the other things aren't, which they clearly aren't anymore. There we go. We did it. I don't know what we did, but we did it. You could write these. I never claimed you were illiterate. But we solved it. We solved something. I don't know what else to do in the Castle of Wonders. I've got a file now, in case I need to file something down, which I haven't seen anything that, like, screams use a file on it, and I haven't seen anything else. But progress was at least made. Is there no other scenes left or right? No. And then the way to get back was left here, right here, and then get lost. The worst part is that if I actually did care, I could map this out fairly easily, because they did actually name all the rooms, but that doesn't help me. If I click on this, does it tell me anything? No, it doesn't tell me a dang thing. I guess I'll just be sad. I guess I'll just be satisfied with the fact that I solved something. Where do I want to go? Open the chest. Oh, the file might work instead. That's not a bad idea. Let's try that. I was going to go back and check a couple other things. Apparently that was it. Bend down for a closer look at the pirate's chest. What? Oh, hey, they're boots. You put on the magic boots and suddenly everything seems very large and far away. Okay. I didn't even realize that was my goal here, to get his boots. Alright, cool. We'll put the treasure back just to be nice, because we don't care about that, but we got the boots. And now I understand what to do here. Wait a second, though. No. We're not doing that yet. We're going to go purchase some cheese balls first, just in case. Because I feel like if you're going to run into a rat or something, I may need a bribe. Thought the key was going to work. I tried the key earlier. I still don't know what that key is for. It said explicitly you do not have a thing for a key. Oh, whoops. I didn't even read the other message. Alright, thanks to Magic Boots, you are small enough to get a really good look at the rat hole. Charming. You're in a maze that must have been constructed by some crazed experimenter who once occupied the house. If you're beginning to smell a rat, it's no wonder. This is a rat. Can I talk to the rat? Can I cheese ball the rat? I could put a cheese ball here. I guess maybe this is like a... You can put a couple of breadcrumbs. Oh, hey, and now there's a rat. Turn to the rat. Cheese ball? You hear chomping sounds. Okay, we did the right thing. No, he just ate the friggin' cheese ball. Have some more cheese balls. For some reason, I don't think bribing the rat turned out all that good. I also just noticed the map looks significantly different. Huh. That's... What? Like, why did this map turn into this map? These don't look the same at all. Bitch too cramped to return. Maybe the bag, key. What if I turn off the light? Apparently it's well lit in here. Alright. Well, apparently bribing him hasn't helped. But fine, I'll lock you back in. You don't deserve my cheese balls. Ah. Is there any other place where I might want to become very small in the game? I feel like I wasted my ducats. Okay, I wanted to restore just because I want my ducats back. They're expensive to get. Yeah, we did a nice thing for you, rat. You didn't even think to thank us. Maybe we need to do something else with the rat. Anyway, we can go do this real quick. File has no effect. Yoink, 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 yoink. So, it's the same sort of generic scene unless I get right next to the rat thing, which doesn't surprise me. I do like how this map is clearly useful now. There's just a friggin' rat in the middle, and I don't know how to get rid of him. Kind of wish I still had my horn. That would have been useful for this. But other than that, I don't know what to do with the rat. So I'm going to save in this state. Let's just save over 3. Really wish I could get my saves names. Always bugs me when I can't. Trumpet? Yeah, so at some point the bag animated and it dropped it's dropped like 2 items, and one of them was a trumpet that I would just randomly hit and would play a cheesy kind of trumpet noise. Which was fun and all, but not ultimately the most useful thing. Can I buy more than one? No more cheese balls, making a selection. Okay. So maybe there's something more obvious about how to cheese the rat? Or maybe it's a time... Thank you for the fun. No porn. This is a family-friendly game. I'm just going to wait on this screen and see what happens to my cheese balls. Or wait, maybe if I go forward 1... No. None of that helped. Oh, I forgot to buy the cheese balls. It happens. Cheese balls. Like, having a money system in an adventure game is always a bit of a weird thing, because you always worry you're going to burn your money on the wrong thing. Wait, I didn't try this yet. What if I do this? Okay, now he's blocking the other. Oh, I need to give him a path outward. Ah, okay. Cool. I know what to do now. I can move the rat. Drink. No cheese ball. Littering is frowned on in Secret Valley. You better keep him in your pack. All right. Wait, but then if I do that... we'll just try it anyway. Can I rotate? Nope, no other way. Okay, well that moved the rat, but not in a way I was hoping for. Okay, no. I see where I went awry. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay. Come small. Cheese ball. Turn around. Cheese ball. Turn around here. Cheese ball. Exit the maze. What? Become less big. Maybe not. No, we succeeded. Okay, cool. We got past the rat. All right. There's another gate. A couple different holes. I'm gonna assume that opens it. The rat moved back to where he was, which might be annoying. I don't know. Apparently I moved the rat somewhere by flicking switches, and I'm not, like, enthralled with that. Oh, he's back in front of me! I don't like you, rat. Okay, so there's actually something smarter going on here than I care to admit. Okay. Let's shrink down and try it again. Ball here. Ball here. Ball here. And then I need to, like, waste a turn. Was this the fake? I think it was. I'm not sure that I've done the right thing. Because now the rat's in the way again. Which probably means I need more cheese balls. No, he follows me out. So I can't go back and get more cheese balls to mess with him. That's what matters here. Maybe I don't need to use all my cheese balls when I first go in. Maybe I'm over-cheesing him. Like, what about this? Furry. Means I still have one cheese ball. And then instead, don't open that. Really wish I understood what that switch did. He moves in accordance with what I do. He moved up there. How can I move him? I'm looking at the map. Yes. Oh, you have a map. Does it show me the effect I'm having on the doors? Is that a thing? Oh, that opens or closes that door. Okay, that's good to know. I guess that's the key piece of information I was missing. And then this one obviously opens the other door. Wait. No, it doesn't. Eh? It only opens it if you hit both of them. Okay. And then the rat will get in the way because he's a dick. And I only have one. I only have one cheese ball. You can have the cheese ball, you rat. What I really want is to, like, lock him out of that. Okay, let's try this again. Nope. Like, we're close to the end, I feel like, because there just can't be that much more surface area to the game. It might be possible. I don't know. That's kind of the problem, is, like, it depends upon when he moves and where he moves. Up, up. Still blocked by something furry. It's like, see, he's already out of there. And there's not nearly enough time to hit both switches before he gets back up here. And I can't close the other door. And once that's open, he's just going to be in the way for me. Like, he's in the way now. There's no way to, like, burn a turn. If I come over here, he'll follow me out, but I don't want that. Keep pacing back and forth in the corner. I think that there's an algorithmic way they moves. But that affects it. Or does it? It locks that one. There's a trick here. I just don't see it yet. Like he's stuck in behind me here. But there's no way it looks like for me to trap him where I need to trap him. And at best, I can move him to a location I'm already at. Like, I can't really move him backwards, which is what I kind of want to do. Ugh. All right. Let's think here for a minute. I guess there's always the hint button. We always have the hint button. But the way these switches work is weird, right? Because, like, if this one isn't thrown... Does this change the state of the maze in a meaningful way? The way that we're... All right, actually, let double check what the state is here. Because that opens that door at the expense of that door, right? Okay. But I unflip this one. This is the state I arrived in. I flip this switch. I flip this switch. Or don't flip that switch. Can I drop multiple cheese balls in one spot? Yes. Yes, I can. But I can only have 3 cheese balls at a time. I'm mildly curious. We're just going to burn... We're going to see if we can go back and buy more. Because we have put the maze into a different state than it was when we first entered. Yes. I'm allowed to buy exactly 3 cheese balls. Then the game makes it evident we can drop more than 3 cheese balls. We just do this right here. So presumably he would spend more time in... Wait. Hold up. Right? Can we do this? And he moved out. I thought we had to lead him to the cheese, but no. He'll just do it on his own. Doesn't solve our problem as stated, but it is at least interesting. That he'll actually go to the location where it's marked. So I only need 1 to make him move 3, which would give me 2 more. Okay. This is starting to make more of a sense. So first, drop a cheese ball here. And walk out. Okay, so I can't get back to there, but I'm at least ahead of him now. And I still have a cheese ball. So now, or I still have 2 cheese balls. Open this. But he's going to be in my face over here. But what I could do... Drop a cheese ball here. Oh, I think I got it. Drop a cheese ball here. He's no longer behind me, so we get in front here. All right, what do these do? Yeah, it controls those 2 doors. And that controls that door. Okay. So, now I just need to get it so that he's trapped in there, I guess. Which I think is doable? I just do this. No, hold up. I want to go one further. Look at the cheese. You know you want it. There we go. He's trapped now. He's trapped like a rat. Or possibly like carrots. He wasn't... I guess he was harder to trap than a carrot. The musty room seems to have been used as a study. The windows in this room are so fogged up you can't see through them. All right, we're going to save again because that was a puzzle and a half. All right, what do we got here? We got a box. Use your key to open the box. Free! Giant bag free. Chestnuts. Okay, so now we know how to get rid of the chestnuts. Freshly roasted... Wait, hold on. Freshly roasted... something roasted chestnuts. Oh. They are good for what ails you. All right. Cool. I know what to do now. Let's go to Fairtown. We're going to take the scenic route because I haven't actually gotten to enjoy my beverage, and this is as good of an excuse as any. Get the bell. That's the plan. That is the plan. Once we get there. But we're not going to clickety-click our way through this. We're going to enjoy the scenery as we go between locations in our secret valley. Perhaps even a hidden valley. Alright. Big bag of chestnuts. You're the big prize winner. Well, I'll give you all my chestnuts, and then you can have a hearty meal, and I can go home for the day. Please don't just about go home. Yoink. Alright, we have the 3 objects. Now we need to find Santa. Which is the next problem, I guess. Because we have... Well, I guess we just go back. Would that be it? We can't go back. Because we fell through the floor of that area. And I didn't find a way back up. There's also a lot of options in places here. It's the cab. There we go. It's got the cab. Alright, let's take another save real quick. Because I think this is a one-way trek. Jump in the cab! Take you to Reindeer Mountain for just 30 ducats! Reindeer Mountain is a nice place. You can ride in a sleigh with a real reindeer. Between ourselves, I think the curio shop overcharges. What do you think? My horse doesn't have a name anymore, but you can call her the horse formerly known as Bessie if you like. What do you think of my theory that life is a giant game, and as soon as someone wins, the world will come to an end? I talk in speech balloons, therefore I am. That's the only thing one can ever be sure of. Don't you agree? Jump in the cab. All right, jump in the cab. Now this is traveling in style. And to make things even better, you found an extra ducat in your pocket. Hooray! I guess we're supposed to have at least 1 ducat at this point in time, and if you didn't have any, you would get 1 extra. Alright. Yeah, that was a nice little jaunt. This is Reindeer Mountain, where for just 1 ducat, you can ride in a sleigh pulled by a real reindeer. Alright. Is that the end? It's a beautiful scene. The starlight seems almost magically bright, perhaps because it is Christmas Eve. Your trusty reindeer can't seem to pull the sleigh up these hills. There we go. You're flying through the sky in a sleigh, just like Santa. Oops, you seem to have wandered off course. Where am I supposed to be going? Bring the sleigh down for an expert landing. Unfortunately, Santa's nowhere to be seen. Oh. There's our bell sound. Where do you want me to go? You can't just keep saying, oops, you've wandered off course. Back? No. I don't know where I am. Is straight an option? Yes. I literally cannot tell the difference between any of these places. Straight? Oh ho! There's Santa. Oh ho ho! If it isn't Fizbin, I see you managed to rescue my magic items from the secret valley. Well, I thought you would. I must say, in fact, I should explain. Santa, who's that you're talking to out there? Why, it's Fizbin. I hope you've been having a nice little adventure, dear.
No doubt about it, Mrs. Claus. But I was just about to let young Fizbin in on our little secret. You see, Fizbin, your adventure in the Secret Valley was actually... Santa, you're such a chatterbox. Don't you think you should let poor Fizbin come inside for a nice warm cup of tea instead of standing out gossiping in the cold weather? Mrs. Claus, surely you haven't forgotten it's Christmas Eve. I have to be on my way in a moment or two. But I was first going to ask Fizbin to ride along with me. But first, let me just say... Why don't you explain to Fizbin that arranging to have your magic items hidden in the Secret Valley was all my idea? Oh, your idea, Mrs. Claus. Surely you remember it was I when I said an adventure is the best cure for boredom. Yes, dear, but that was part of your idea. That part was your idea, the rest was mine. But off you go, both of you. I'll see you in the morning. Bye, Mrs. Claus. Well, come along, Fizbin. Don't just stand there. Let's go and deliver all these wonderful presents. Into the sleigh, and away we go. Come on. Jump into the sleigh and we'll be off. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Loud bell sound.
I think I won.
Merry Christmas.
We hope you enjoyed the game. I mostly did, actually. That was actually pretty well done. Plus or minus a few irritating mazes. Santa's Secret Valley is a production of AHAP Software, AHA Software, copyright 1995, AHA Software, all rights reserved. Concept design by Nick Sullivan and Chris Zamora. Story programming and original music by Nick Sullivan. Original music. Illustrations, Bridget Skelton. Huh. Quiz and library book text, Corwin Sullivan. I thought it all very felt written by the same person. Musical arrangements, Nick Sullivan. The Holly and the Ivy, Santa's Living Room, The 12 Days of Christmas. Thanks to our dedicated playtesters, Robin Lake, David Smith, Graham Sullivan, Tristan Sullivan, Amy Zamara, and someone else. Special thanks to Rob Von Rudolph for feedback on the game and the quiz. Particular thanks and hello again to Susan Scott, Kathy Zamara, and Lawrence Maynard. That it? Oh, it's just gonna loop. Alright, we did it. Thanks for GG. We successfully saved Christmas. And played a really fun Windows, Win 16 game. I love little Win 16 things. But yeah, this was a cute little game. Just felt like playing something Christmassy for Christmas before heading out tomorrow to go visit people for Christmas. Something I like to do most years when I have a chance and find a good game. Not that many Christmas games that aren't like, here's Christmas-themed Mahjong. But at least in the 90s, there were a fair number of little shareware things. And I think this company made a second one of these that I might play next year or when I get back. We'll see. But that was fun. Yes, I'm ready to quit though.